Hello, Cherie. How are you? Sorry I'm late, everybody. I had some IT issues. Hello, numbers 2 and 3. Say hello. Hello, Diane. Hello, Anne. As I say, I apologise for being a little bit late. Hello, Amanda. The video did not want to work. Maybe it's feeling the pressure of a Friday. I don't know. We'll not worry too much about it. Let's see now. It's a nicer looking day outside today, but it's not warm. How you all doing? Everybody okay? We'll just give it a minute or two to see if anybody else joins us. Everybody ready for the weekend? No? Yes? Hope you are. Looking forward to the weekend. Been a long week in some ways. Oh, oh, this card's falling out, so will we just go with this one? Oh, okay, I'm told no, this is for me. Sorry, I won't show you it. Oops, I won't show you it. That's okay. Glad to hear it. Good. Glad to hear it, Amanda. Hello, number 5. Please feel free to say hello. Hello, number 6. Yeah. Hello, number 7. Welcome, everybody. Just pulled the first card. Okay, beautiful card today. Kindness. Okay, beautiful, beautiful card. Kindness. So, kindness. What do we think about kindness? Sorry, I'm just scrolling down the comments. Hello, Ethna. Hello, Lindsay. Feel drained? Well, maybe you're burning the candle at both ends. Maybe you need a cleanse or a rest. Lindsay, you might need something different, but we'll see. Kindness. We'll start with this, okay? So, all too often, we're kind to everybody else around us. But when's the last time you were kind to yourself? Have a think about that. When's the last time you did something that you genuinely wanted to do for the good of you? Okay? And that could be something as simple as having a 2 hour bath, soaking the bath. Could be going and getting your nails done, going and getting your hair done. And I know that hasn't been easy with everything that's going on. But kindness towards yourself can come in other ways. It can be eating foods that you enjoy. It can be eating foods that don't hurt your body. And we all know that there are certain foods that we cannot eat, but we still eat them, me included. Um, Kindness. What do you perceive with kindness? Is it a case that you don't deserve to be shown kindness, so therefore you don't show yourself in it? You don't respect yourself enough, you don't love yourself enough to be kind to your needs? We're all guilty of this, so I'm not having a go at this, okay? But it's something that we all overlook in our everyday lives. We don't look after our needs. So if this card has come out, then probably chances are most of you are not kind to yourself. Think about your self-talk. What way do you talk to yourself? Do you make a mistake at something? Do you go, I made a mistake, I better sort that out and laugh? Or do you make a mistake and then tear yourself to pieces for being stupid or dopey or an idiot? Your self-talk is really important because whatever you say to yourself, that's what goes in here and then it stays in there. And if you speak to yourself in that way and you're not kind to yourself with your own words, you then attract other beings towards you who will also be unkind to you. So that's a really deep card, very important card. So the next time you do something daft, say you break a mug, Don't be giving yourself a hard time and calling yourself stupid, useless, all these negative toned words. Just laugh and go, oh well. I obviously needed to get rid of that mug. I obviously need to get a new plate. Okay? Very important. I know that's making it really simplistic, but the reality is it's about every aspect of our lives that we maybe are not kind to ourselves. Those are just simple things. It could also be you look at yourself in the mirror tomorrow and go, fuck, I'm ugly, I'm wrinkly, I'm fat, I'm too skinny, whatever. My feet are too big, my hands are too small. Whatever it is, I've got a big nose. There's another one. Stop talking to yourself in that way. Exercise the same kindness. The best way I can put this to you is exercise the same kindness towards yourself as you would exercise towards a little child. If you had a little 18-month-old child standing in front of you, would you speak to that child the way you speak to yourself? I bet you wouldn't, but that's exactly how you should be speaking to yourself. You should be showing kindness and compassion to yourself at all times. Doesn't matter. There's none of us perfect. We're not made to be perfect. And there's no such thing as a perfect life, perfect job, perfect body. It just does not exist. Okay? But we're so brainwashed with all the shit we watch on TV and all the junk we listen to on the radio and all the stuff we read in magazines, we forget what it is to actually be human. Okay? You have far more positive traits and far more positive attributes within you as a person than you have negative. Okay? So, over the weekend, there's a good card. Over the weekend, I want all of you to practice self kindness. It doesn't matter what it's to do with. Speak to yourself in a positive tone, in a positive manner, and you will feel different over the weekend if you do. I guarantee you will feel different about yourself. It may take a few weeks, that's okay. Kindness starts with yourself, okay? And it's with your words towards yourself, how you perceive yourself. Quite a deep card. I've talked quite a bit about that card, but I feel quite passionate about that card, okay? Because we're all incredibly ignorant towards ourselves sometimes, and we shouldn't be. We should not be, okay? So leave that kindness card there. That's a beautiful card. I like the fairy cards, by the way. Some might say I'm a big Jesse for liking fairies, but you know what? Doesn't matter. I like lots of things. I like lots of things. And you all do too. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. Alright? And that's important. It's okay to be different. We're not all made the same. We don't all think the same. So why should you judge yourself based on somebody else? And we all do. We all do. So try over the weekend not to judge yourself based on other people's ideas of what's right, wrong, perfect, imperfect. Okay. This card's beautiful. Okay. Laughter. So over the weekend, when you're being kind to yourself and you do smash that £20 pot or that £20 vase or that £50 ornament, laugh. Okay. Just laugh and go, oh well, I obviously needed to get rid of it. It's time for something new. Okay. Find the humor in everything. And I know that's not always easy. It's not always easy. But I want you all to try and find the humor in everything because we forget what humor is. And a lot of the time we forget what humor is because we're trying to be politically correct. You know what? I don't buy into that PC bullshit. I never have. If something's funny, it's funny. Now that makes me sick, twisted, so be it. That's my sense of humor. And you guys need to be the same. It doesn't matter what happens. You know what? Just learn to laugh. Learn to laugh again. Be like that child. Be like your inner child. Laugh at the daftest of things. And be happy that you can laugh. Okay? Important thing to remember over the weekend. Find the humor. Okay? Find the humor in any difficult, dark situation. In fact, it's probably better for you if you can find the humor in a dark situation because then it releases the tension, it releases the stress, it releases the anxiety. Okay? So, yeah. Find the laughter. God knows what's coming for some of you over the weekend, but obviously we're going to have to find humor in something. But please do find the humor. All right, I'll leave that one there. Let's see what else we got now. That's quite nice for a Friday, aren't they? So you're all worried now that you're going to be end up smashing plates and cups and glasses over the weekend. The expensive wine glass and all these things. Who knows? Might just chip a nail. You know? Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it is. Be kind to yourselves and laugh. Okay? Just throw your hands up and laugh. Alright, what's the next card? Self-Reliance. It was a beautiful card too. And the reason I like this card is it ties into the other cards, especially the kindness one. If you are reliant on somebody else telling you you're a good person, or you look beautiful, or you're attractive, it's no good. You need to be self-reliant. Okay? If you cannot look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm a beautiful person, I'm a good person, and feel it and mean it, then nobody else, what anybody else thinks you is irrelevant. Other people can tell you what they want, and it does make us feel good when people give us a compliment, and I'm not saying that that's wrong or anything like that. But if your inner confidence and your inner self-esteem has to come from other people, then there's a fundamental issue within you that needs to be addressed, that needs to be healed, resolved, and released. Because none of us need anyone to make us feel good. We shouldn't. If you don't feel good within yourself, then, as I say, there's an underlying issue as to why. And if you spend your life looking to other people to help you be happy, to feel confident, to have good self-esteem, to have motivation, then again, you're never going to get there because you're looking in the wrong place. Everything is within us. We all have the answers. It's just a question of quietening this down, going in and listening. And by doing that, then you are being self-reliant. You know, if you're having a bad day where you're quite low, say you're, let me think now. Say you're just having a bad day. You've woken up and you're having a pig of a day. You don't feel good about yourself, and nothing fits, and everything's tight, and whatever it may be. Then take the time to quieten down, meditate, go in and ask your inner child what needs healing. It's a very important skill to learn, to be able to quieten your head, breathe, meditate, ask, connect with your inner child or your higher self, whichever you feel drawn to. Because by doing that, you will then get an answer why you're feeling like that today. And when you get the answer as to why you're feeling like that, you can do something about it. Okay. This is very important, this card, because a lot of people are in relationships and a lot of people go into relationships looking for somebody else to make them happy. Yeah, that might come as a shock to some of you, but that's the reality. Um, the truth is, nobody else can make us happy. We've got to have it within ourselves. We've got to find it, dig deep, deal with all the traumas, deal with all your own baggage. And once you've dealt with your own baggage, you'll find that you're actually happy within yourself. And when you find that you're happy within yourself, you might then decide, you know what? I don't want somebody else. I'm happy with me. Okay? Quite important card. So if you're going through a tough time right now and you're not sure about a relationship or you can't find your inner happiness, take the time to quieten your head, go within and find your answers. You will not find your answers with somebody else or with somebody else. Yes, somebody like me can teach you to go in and do these things and find these things. That's a different thing. But if you're going looking for someone else to make you happy, no. You got to be self-reliant. You got to find it within yourself first. Okay. And when you find that happiness within yourself, you will then naturally attract others who are also self-reliant with their own happiness. And then when you're two self-reliant, both happy people, life's very different. Okay. Quite important card that. So I don't know who needs to hear that today, but if you're looking to others to make you happy, to find happiness, if you're in your job to make you happy, if you're buying a car to make you happy, if you are buying certain foods, say really expensive foods to make you happy, then you're looking for the happiness in the wrong place. All right. It's just an indicator that there's something within you that needs resolved and addressed. I got your lecture over. Sorry. It's not me talking, by the way. It's our friends that are talking. Okay. Right. What's next? Okay. Right. This is a bit deeper. Stand your ground. So, what I'm taking from that, okay, for those of you who are in a situation right now with any aspect of your lives and you feel coerced, browbeaten, intimidated, threatened even, or just simply kicked down to do something that you do not wish to do, stand your ground and refuse. Nobody has any right to tell you or to make you do anything. Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter if it's peers, parents, children, family, whatever. Nobody has a right to make you feel browbeaten. Bullied is the word that's coming to my mind here. So I figure some of you who are watching this either right now or later today are in a situation where you're being bullied. That bullying could come in any form. It could be underhand comments to undermine your confidence. It could be being pressured to work an extra 10 hours this week when you haven't got the energy to work the hours you've already signed up for. It could be any of those things. You have got to be able to have the confidence to say, do you know what? No. And it's okay for you to stand up and say no. More often than not, we feel that we must comply, we must agree, we must do to be good people. No, that's being subservient to those who have control of you. Standing your ground, stepping into your power is a very different thing. And if you step into your power and somebody says, I want you to do this, and you go, no, I don't wish to do that, that's stepping into your power. And it's not that you're being like a defiant child. There's a difference. There is a difference. If you just say, no, I have no desire to do that today, that's stepping into your power. So maybe more of you need to step into your power if you're being intimidated at your work, that you're not doing enough hours or you're not doing things the way they want them done, even though it goes against the right way of doing something. If you feel peer pressure into complying with anything, it could be to do with anything. It could also just be simply in your personal relationships. Maybe you always feel bullied to do. Maybe you're always the designated driver. Maybe some night you don't want to be the designated driver. It's okay to say no. It doesn't matter what you've always done. We're all entitled to change our minds at any time about any aspect of our lives. It goes back to that old adage, if you go out and you meet a girl and you're walking home, and that girl then says, do you know what, I don't want this, then that's fine. That is that lady's privilege to say, I don't want this. It's not for somebody else to then say, well, actually, you know what, we're here, let's get on with it. It doesn't work like that, and you can apply that rule to any aspect of your lives, okay? So learn to stand your ground. If you're unsure about finding your voice, sometimes we need to get our throat chakras open so that we have the confidence to actually say the words that need to be said, but say them in the way that they also need to be said. So you can ask the fairies to help open up your chakra, your throat chakra, so you can say what you need to say just in order to stand your ground. You can also ask the fairies to give you the confidence, to help you find the confidence, your inner power. Your inner power comes from your solar plexus. So your solar plexus, if you're into crystals, use yellow crystals. There's loads of different types. I won't go into them now, but yellow crystal will help empower your solar plexus. And if you have your solar plexus is in the right state of mind or the right way of working, then you will have that self confidence. So It's something maybe for some of you to look at, considering when we're talking about self-esteem and self-reliance and stuff a minute ago. If you don't have that, or you feel weak that way, your solar plexus is the place you maybe perhaps need to be looking at, and your sacral and your base chakra. Okay, um, the chakras have quite an important influence over us as physical beings. So, if you lack self-confidence, or you feel insecure, if you don't feel you can speak your truth, then the chakras need to be looked at. Okay, so that's just something else that you maybe never thought of. Why can I not say what I need to say? Maybe your throat chakra is totally blocked up. Maybe it needs a good cleansing, a good healing. Okay, so I'll leave that one there. Do not be afraid to stand your ground. Doesn't matter who it's with. Does not matter. Speak your truth. Okay, leave that there. Right, who will see? Is all still with me? That's good. Who will see now? What's next? Okay. Not one for lunchtime on Friday, perhaps, but it has come out. No pun intended there, by the way. Whoever's watching this card isn't just to do with your sexual identity. It's to do with how you feel around sex itself, the act of sex. Um, a lot of us are brought up with a fear um, that it's bad, it's dirty, it's this, it's that. The truth is, it's none of those things. Those are other people's opinions forced upon us to keep us subdued over the centuries and over the decades. Um, there's nothing wrong with enjoying sex. For those of you who feel guilty about enjoying it, there's nothing wrong with enjoying it. There's nothing wrong with enjoying it 3 times a day, every day, if that's what you want, and your partner's willing. There's nothing wrong with that either. It doesn't make you a bad person. If you're not sure if you like the opposite sex and you like your own sex, nothing wrong with that either. Perfectly acceptable, perfectly okay. It's nobody else's business. And equally, if you're the type of person who would ridicule someone because of their sexuality, then you need to take a wee step back and have a conversation with yourself, because it's none of your business either. What else do I need to say with this? Let go of the shackles and allow yourself to be free. Whoever this card's for, could be more than one of you. You go and enjoy yourself. Okay? As long as you do it with an open heart and you're open with the person you're with, there's no harm done. Okay? So I'm not sure who needed to see that. And if you're gay, it's okay to be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay at all, regardless whether you're male or female. Okay? And if you're bisexual, again, it's nobody's business. You enjoy yourself. As long as you're open and honest with yourself. That's the important thing, being open with yourself. So if you're the type of person who really enjoys sex and you give yourself a hard time, you feel guilty, you feel shameful, let that shit go. It makes no difference. If you're not doing yourself any harm, you're not doing anyone else any harm, why would you feel that way about something that's actually a pleasure? So, yeah, that's quite a deep card. I wasn't expecting that. But then I don't know what cards are coming any day I do this, so it might resonate with some of you more than others, but it's okay. Okay, and if you are struggling with being able to relax and enjoy yourself in the physical way, ask the fairies to help you find the joy and the pleasure the way it's meant to be, not the way you were brought up to think, not the what you were brought up to believe. Okay, if you have hang-ups with it, ask the fairies to help you see the joy and the pleasure in all of it, and let whatever's holding you back go. Okay, because we all have hang-ups. There's nobody any different. Okay, so quite a weird one, but Obviously, somebody needed to hear that, whether it's today or later this evening or next week. All right. So, I think we have time for one more, do we? Now then, what will we finish with today, do you think? Wonder what's coming out now. No pun intended. Um, we shouldn't joke about that, but we talked earlier about we should be laughing. We should laugh more. So it's okay. It's okay to laugh. Family harmony. Okay. Okay. Family harmony. Okay. I'm getting two sides to this card. Some people will be struggling right now, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, because their family is this has disharmony. Okay. Um, and I suppose the message from this card is you don't always need to have family harmony to be happy. Okay. I was taught a long time ago spiritually, doesn't matter who our family are, we don't have to like them. We certainly don't have to love them. Okay, so if you're in that position right now where you're struggling because in your head there should be family harmony, but you do not have it, just take a breath. It does not matter. In the grand scheme of the universe and the world around us, it does not matter. And it's okay for you to move forward and for you to walk away. If that family harmony or perceived family harmony causes you mental or emotional distress, okay, or mental or emotional pain. This is something a lot of people forget. It happens a lot when we have abusive relationships. We keep going back to the same thing because it's familiar. It doesn't matter that it hurts. It doesn't matter that it makes us feel like shit. We keep going back to it. Well, this card's telling you, and I'm telling you, you don't need anyone's permission to walk away. Okay? You don't. You do not need anyone's permission to say, you know what, I've had enough. I'm okay without this nonsense in my life. Perfectly acceptable spiritually. There's no karmic comeback from it, as long as you're not nasty and vicious when you do it. Okay? So that's something important to bear in mind. Okay? Now the other thing is, that I'm taking from this card, not everybody needs family harmony. Not everybody needs it. So if you're thinking this person is ostracized from the family, they're this, they're that, they maybe don't need it. And that's okay as well. If you live in a beautiful, harmonious family relationship and you have beautiful family around you, that's a different story. But not everybody does. Okay? So maybe this card is about not judging ourselves based on other people's perceptions. Okay? If you're quite happy to be without contact with a lot of your family, that's okay. This card's telling you it's okay. Um, Equally, if you need that family harmony, that is also okay, because sometimes people do need it. But again, then, if you do need it and you thrive off it, then you got to take yourself back to the cards earlier of self-reliance, self-love. What's wrong within yourself? What do you need to fix within yourself? If you thrive because you need this, it means there's something lacking within yourself. Um, so it's important to sit and think about that actually. Just take a minute or two to sit and think about that after the session's finished and just ask yourself, do I love seeing my family because I love seeing my family? Or do I love seeing my family because it makes me feel good about me? Two different things. Two very different things. And sometimes we have to accept that there are people within our family who just quite simply are assholes and we don't need them in our lives. And that's okay. It's perfectly acceptable. If they're causing you distress, anxiety, angst, you don't need them in your life, and you're under no obligation to help them in your life. Okay? very deep card to finish with. Family harmony. It's been quite a deep one today, and I suppose there's something tying me back to the last card. If you're in a situation right now where you're unsure about your sexuality and you're maybe worried about family harmony, it's okay. It's okay. Family will love you and accept you as you are, and if they don't, then they don't matter. It doesn't matter which member of your family that is. So if you're watching this and you're unsure about how to maybe tell people what you feel or how you think, ask the fairies to give you the words, to give you the timing, the words, to say what needs to be said in the most gentle and loving manner, and trust that the family harmony you will have thereafter is the family harmony that you actually need. Okay. You don't need everybody in your life all the time. That's very important to remember. Okay. Now, hope you've all enjoyed that today. That flew past. I will get these cards photographed and get them up on the page at some point this afternoon. Hope you all have done well today. I hope you all can feel something from most of those cards. I know they won't all be for everyone, but they will be for most of you. And on some level, it's just a matter of taking time to think about where that card resonates with you. Take care. God bless. Have a beautiful weekend. And I will, God willing, see you all next week again. For those of you who want to take part in tonight's healing meditation, I hope you can join me. It will be at 9 o'clock, and we'll see how we go from there. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful weekend. Lots of love. God bless. Bye bye.